Hello and welcome back to Fallout 76. Today we are going to have a look at an explosive Ultracite Gatling laser. This is the first weapon I've made using the new legendary crafting system. So this originally came from the Purveyor and it had explosive on it, but the other two stars were different. Instead of reload speed, it had reduced AP cost, which is not all that useful on a heavy gun, at least not for me. I'm not going to use it in VATS. And it was troubleshooters. So I decided to save it because it did have explosive and I wanted to try out an explosive, just any kind of explosive weapon. Or energy gun rather. And I happen to have a vampire's loose mod laying around, and I also had a reload speed loose mod on, so I put both of these on the weapon, and this is what we ended up with. I did put a prime receiver because I was going for just the most damage that I could get. And this is the build, just typical heavy gunner, nothing special about that. I have heavy gunner perks, got stabilized for armor penetration. I'm also using demolition expert and grenadier to make the explosions do more damage and have a bigger radius. Now, I don't necessarily think that explosive is the most damage. Faster fire rate is probably a better way to go, or damage while aiming. Although I tend to just do hip fire with something like this. They are so accurate, especially with that beam focuser on it, and I believe stabilize increases the accuracy as well. So, and the mods I use, that was kind of my focus, was hip fire accuracy with the mods I was using. So yeah, so far so good. Explosive is a lot of fun. I mean, I don't necessarily think it's the best damage, but I definitely think it's the most fun. Because the explosive damage numbers tend to be kind of on the small side. What else do we have? Something over here. I just wish it didn't have the spin up. I'm just never been a big fan of spin up weapons, but this one is really fun. I like the fact that they did a custom animation for the explosive part. We've got some, oh, there we go. He's over here taking pot shots at me. There's two of them. And you can see Grenadiers throwing off, it is hitting the nearby enemies. Unfortunately, the explosive damage just isn't super high, so another downside of this weapon is that, oh, there we go. The fusion cores do not drop from, hello, reload. Come on. Oh, I guess it has to wait till it's done spinning before it does the reload. Another reason why I'm not a big fan of spin-up weapons, but yeah, ammo doesn't drop because it's, it's just fusion cores. The nice thing is, with Ultracite anyway, if you have, the two ammo perks, the legendary one and the regular one fusion core will yield you 9 Ultracite cores. So stocking up on ammo, you can see I've got 50 of them over there. Yeah, 50? Yeah, so I have a lot of them, and it didn't take that much to get to 50. So in terms of ammo efficiency, it's actually not that bad, because fusion core farming is pretty easy, and I don't even think they have to be full fusion cores. I think you could take a mostly empty one and end up with full versions, so that's a good thing. So that's, yeah, if I was gonna run this all the time, which, I am, I did take the trouble to craft it, I'll definitely keep it as primed. Just because the ammo is super cheap that way. All you need is just a little tiny bit of flux, and not that many regular fusion cores. Oh, there we go. What I like about the explosive on this is it's fun without being, it's not stupidly overpowered. Which is what I like about it. I mean, it's strong, it does really nice damage, and the explosion adds some nice visuals. They're not blinding. I mean, I have Grenadier, and so that means the explosive radius is as big as it's going to get. And, I don't mind that. You got some fun visuals, but it doesn't fill my screen up with explosives. So far I'm a big fan of this, not necessarily a fan of my aim. Now, self-damage could be a thing, but it is vampire, so not really a thing I should have to worry about. It is kind of blinding, though, and in close-up encounter with in close space for sure. But yeah, you can see the damage isn't crazy, but it's enough, at least against the enemies that I've encountered so far. The nice thing about vampires is the splash damage isn't going to do really anything to me because I'm constantly healing with this. Maybe, oh, reload. Yeah, the reloads are still not crazy. There we go. And for anyone that's bothered by my lack of looting, I do loot everything. I just don't, I edit that out. I don't really think I need to show me looting, going through the town and looting all the bodies. So yeah, I do loot everything, just for those people that hurt your brain when I leave stuff behind. Oh wow, okay, we've got some excitement at the freak show. Let's see what we could do against all these creatures. Always a mix of, it is called the freak show. I don't think it's called a freak show because of all the horrors that you find here, but it's not great. Let's see. Oh, Honeybeast was in the way. Damage against the Mirelurk Queen isn't crazy, but eventually got the job done. And with one gun army. That'll do some staggering. There's something else here. Okay, a black honeybees. Wow. All right, so I got a big creature against Blood Eagles. Yeah, all right, so we have Blood Eagles and we have an Agua. Let's take care of the Blood Eagles first, since I only have like 8 shots and then I have to reload. And here we go. Even with the faster reload, because it has to spin down, it's still not a quick operation. But I don't think Blood Eagles are much of a challenge for something like this. This weapon's really fun. It's definitely not overpowered, but it is. I like the visuals of it. If you like little explosions, because that's really what this gives you. If you like little explosions, this is a lot of fun. And with it being vampires, it means it doesn't really matter if I do a lot of damage. I can't be killed. And for some reason, I'm not really sure. I mean, I've reloaded several times and it's still showing me that I have 50 fusion cores. So it's like I'm not really sure what's up with that. The number isn't moving at all. Now I'm down to 49. And reload. There we go. Get there eventually. There we go. All right. Continue on with the Agua. Yeah, they're very tanky, and yeah, this is where the small damage really makes a fight. And the thing about spin-up weapons that I don't like, you can see those damage numbers aren't that big, even if I hit a weak spot, which is the head. The spin-up means every time I get staggered, I have to start the firing all over again. Yeah, this is very small numbers. This thing is heavily armored, that is for sure. But we've almost got it done. Probably will need a stagger, and then I have to start the whole spin up again. I'm not really sure why we need to have a spin up on something like this. It seems kind of like an artificial mechanism for whatever reason. I'm not really sure, but yeah, there we go. So since this is using Ultracite fusion cores, it means I should be doing a lot more damage against Scorch and Scorch Beast. Let's see if that is true. Scorch melt really easily, although they do against pretty much anything else. Let's see how this legendary Scorch Beast. Now, Scorch Beasts have quite a bit of health now. So that'll be kind of interesting for me anyway, to see how we do against them. I mean, it's 65% more damage, but it's 65% of like a small amount. Plus, I'm just trying to state, well, I guess I can't just keep my distance because it doesn't want it. Those staggers are really frustrating, having to spin up again every single time. I'm in power armor. I should not get staggered. Well, I guess the Scorch Beast is pretty big, so I guess it would be okay, but problem is you can get staggered by, I've had that happen before. Have a Scorch with no weapon, just come up and hit me with a bare hand, stagger me while I'm wearing power armor, which to me shouldn't be a thing. But yeah, we're getting this done rather easily, and we get a cool light show with it the whole time as well. Just a few more Scorch to polish off. Actually, a lot of Scorch to polish off. And not using bats means I have to actually see them to shoot at them, and that is all of them. And there you have it, a Vampire's explosive Ultracite Gatling laser. Not necessarily the most damage in the world, but it's a lot of fun to use, gives a nice light show. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit one of the buttons, and I hope you'll join me in the next one. Thank you very much.